And then a prep school offered him a scholarship to play ice hockey, and then he went on to play in Minnesota. Yeah, so...
Well, at least he knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah, no, it was because of field hockey that he got to Minnesota to play ice hockey.
That's insane. Good
Yeah.
for him.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But we're going to...
Field hockey looked fun. I certainly would have.
We're going to continue on now to the NBA. A game that we're watching right now, Knicks and Lakers. Lakers obviously have the 2017-2018 NBA MVP, Lonzo Ball. In order to be an MVP, you have to have support from the greats. Lonzo has a huge supporter in Kobe Bryant. Kobe, while being critical of the GOAT, rightfully so, because if you're going to be the number 2 pick in the nation or in the NBA draft, you'd better play. You'd better play well. However, it was constructive criticism. ESPN reported that Kobe Bryant said that Lonzo, quote-unquote, needs to get better now. While Kobe Bryant did, in fact, say that, but it was taken out of context, and Kobe let ESPN know that he was not happy and that they need to apologize to Lonzo Ball for taking his quote out of context, saying that if you're a rookie on a team like the Lakers, you'd better be ready to play immediately. Which is a fair thing to say. Lakers have prestige in history. Having that kind of support from a great Kobe Bryant.
I'm playing a game.
Yeah, we can hear. We can hear.
I'll turn it off. I'm sorry. We got to a part that I don't care about.
Having that kind of support is what makes Lonzo Ball the 2017-2018 NBA MVP. All right, guys.
I have a rebuttal.
No, you don't. We're moving on.
Proceed to the end.
Good on Kobe for calling out those clickbait headlines, though.
They're so annoying.
It's
man, just in general, aren't
it's
they?
everywhere. It's across sports.
You'll never believe this.
It's not even across just sports. It's across everything. It's like, look at this. Does this grab your attention and offend you? Click on it.
Yeah.
Trump said this?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, stop.
It's getting out of control.
It's taken way out of context. They take like the smallest snippet of what the actual statement is just to try and generate clicks and generate some controversy. It's way too much at this point.
Dan Beebe said LeVar versus Kobe 1-on-1.
I got my money on Kobe. Although I think
I'll bet $10,000 on Kobe, and I don't have $10,000.
so he better win. Yeah. It's got to be to 11 and win by 2. No threes. I think you're right in that sense because I think we're also seeing it from other athletes with this whole idea, this clickbait. Like, people are trying to get these reactions out of people because now they're asking these questions like the one that Kobe responded to, because you see I sent you both the video where Mike Mitchell loses it on a reporter.
Yes,
there are people that are out here trying to bait these athletes into these sound bites, and finally these athletes are getting fed up with it. They're like, "Oh, you want my opinion? Well, here's my opinion. You may not like it by the end of this, but you're gonna get it."
Yeah.
Because Mike Mitchell lost it. He even said, "He's like, I know I'm acting a little upset right now." He's like, I acknowledge that I'm a little angry, but I'm sick and tired of these questions.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not athletes are perplexing because some of them are getting really smart and some of them are getting really dumb. For example, you've got Juju Smith-Schuster, who, when Mia Khalifa tweeted at him, was like, I ain't getting involved in this.
Did you see the picture of him on Sunday?
No.
He posted a picture of himself sitting on his couch wearing the helmet. He's like, I may not be able to play, but they can't stop me from suiting up.
That's great. I love him. He's great.
He is a young kid that is using his
brand.
Well,
effectively,
just social media fantastically.
Yeah, you're seeing like a few people that are really good at it. We talked about him, like
DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, Embiid's good with it too. He's on top of his thing. It's
It's great. Enes Kanter is also a fun follow on Twitter. He just retweets a bunch of stuff about himself mostly, but I like it.
Starts taking shots at world leaders.
Yeah.
Getting his passport revoked. Being put on national terrorist list.
He don't care. He's just playing basketball.
He's a terrorist of this country. Really, Turkey? Come on.
You're named after a food.
Dougie Fresh with a sweet move just now. I'm sorry.
That was Michael Beasley, wasn't it?
No, Beasley passed it out with a beautiful little touch pass to Doug McDermott.
Remember when Michael Beasley said he could beat LeBron one-on-one? He's acting like LeVar out there. LeVar Beasley. But anyways, with all this...
It's actually a really good game, listeners.
Yeah.
Put this on silent like we do and listen to us.
It's
watch the game.
Knicks and Lakers on the only sports station that,
Espen?
Yeah.
Well, it's also on MSG, I'm sure.
No, I don't think so. Probably not.
It has to be.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I found interesting. Somebody said that SNY makes more money for the Mets than Yes
the hockey
Network
game,
does for
that's
the
why.
Yankees. I found that to be an interesting stat.
Well, I feel like it's because SNY does so many more things than Yes.
I'm sure that's the first thing that popped into my head, but when you think about it, you're just like, I feel like the Mets should have more money to spend on the roster.
And also, yeah.
And they don't.
Bernie Madoff.
Well, yeah, they're still regretting that move. Sure.
But anyways, I had a quick little joke. We've gotten past. I'm still going to make it. So all these clickbait articles are really making me hate net neutrality. I don't want them to be available. Like, I'll pay to not see them.
Well, if net neutrality gets repealed, then you're going to see probably just more of them. So,
Or I'll just not be able to afford internet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, aha!
Yeah.
I mean, it may get me to the
Burn
point
the
where
world
there's
down.
certain things where I'm like, you know what? I don't think I need this anymore. Well,
Although I do want to say, I feel like the package idea would work great for cable because I do not care to pay for shows.
Yeah, I just think if it... we don't like talking too much politics on here, but
it could affect this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if it gets repealed, it's gonna hurt us. It's gonna hurt most small, whether businesses or nonprofits or whatever, that don't have a big presence, that don't have a ton of money to put themselves out there.
Dropping in that term nonprofit, interesting. We'll come back to that. But
I suggest you all call your congresspeople and tell them that this is a big deal.
I'm not going to call my congressperson. It's Paul Tonko. We know what he's going to do.
Tonko's got it. Tonko's standing in the right sector for that. For the net neutrality vote.
He almost got me to like him because his name kind of sounds like Taco, but I'm on to you.
I always just think of Tonka trucks when I think of Tonko.
Anyway, sports. Got some
touchdown, slam dunk, sports.
Hot dog eating contest. All right, let's run through these scores. It's a sandwich eating contest, so it's a sport.
Okay. So, football was played on this weekend.
It sure was. We'll run through the scores and maybe some interesting little tidbits from the games. Falcons 20, Saints 17. Why did the Falcons beat the Saints?
Divisional game.
I hate that.
I mean, it is what it is. You may not like the answer, but it makes the games closer. It just does.
Yep.
The more the Falcons win, the more I root for the Vikings. Unfortunately, because that means the more the Falcons win, the more the Cowboys have diminishing chance of making the playoffs.
Okay, I was wondering why you're so against the
Don't
Falcons.
hang your hat on your win this week. It wasn't that impressive.
It was, and we'll get to it.
No.
Hold on, we'll get to it.
No.
We will get.
Okay.
Just hold on. We'll get to it.
I have one strong argument to why you guys won that game.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
Big story coming out of this. Drew Brees hates Thursday night games because Alvin Kamara got hurt. If Alvin Kamara didn't get hurt and the Saints win, Drew Brees does not make a comment. Whatever.
The losing team always has a gripe about Thursday night. Can we just get over this and move on? We get it. You don't like it if you lose. If you win, you're indifferent. I've understood this. This has been going on for the last since Thursday nights was created. This is the argument. I don't. Care to hear it anymore.
It's a simple solution. Institute a second bye week. Extend the length of the season. One more game. One more play bye before Thursday night game.
I have a simple
There it
solution
is.
too. If you lose, shut up. You just lost. Move on. Next week.
Tuck your tail between your legs and go home.
I don't stop crying about it. I'm just sick of it.
I mean, I think the stats are showing that more injuries occur because of that.
No, actually, the stats show that Thursday night games are actually the lowest resulting day of injury. So that's a false argument.
I think the argument.
Sunday though, when they
You have more rest. So where's your argument?
Hold on. I feel like this stat is kind of skewed by the fact that one game is played on Thursday and many are played on Sunday.
Yes, I think you're right in that. It's skewed there,
if
but
2 injuries happen on Thursday and 12 happen on Sunday,
talking, like per
percentage,
capita.
yeah.
But what they're saying is less injuries happen on Thursday night than like a Monday night game. So if you're saying it's short rest, that's wrong. I could see if you want to make the argument that it throws off your pattern and how you're preparing for the game. That makes perfect sense to me because you have less time. I mean, that's just time frame wise.
No, Dan Beebe, you are wrong. Dan Beebe messaged in or just ditched Thursday night games.
They're never going to do that. It's a revenue generator. But I mean, to sit there and be like, you know what, when you lose, especially when you lose, like I don't hear winners complaining about playing on Thursday nights. It rarely ever happens.
College kids don't.
But the other thing, okay, my day didn't go well for me, so I don't like playing on Thursday nights. I don't like working on Mondays. Doesn't mean we're going to get away with them.
Yeah, you know what?
So,
let's do it.
It's
get
your
away.
job. You
Let's
don't
do
get to
away with
decide
them.
when you play. You just play or don't. Then
Well,
you don't get paid.
The point that like really irritates me is how many of these college kids do you hear complaining that they have to play on a Wednesday, that they have to play on a Thursday?
Furthermore, let's make sure we understand that a college football player's day-to-day life is way more demanding than an NFL player. You're talking about somebody who's got to go to class, supposed to go to class all this time, required study halls and whatever else is necessary.
Unless you go to North Carolina.
And go to practice. I understand. I'm using air quotes and people can't see it. Supposed to go to class.
The argument against what you're saying is, and I understand this argument, I kind of agree with it, while school's in session, you can only practice 2 hours a day for college.
Okay.
Whereas
whatever.
the NFL, their practice sessions are 2.5 hours, take a break, 2 more hours.
Yeah, but they're... Okay.
No, but the other argument is you're an adult, you're a professional.
Yeah, this is
you get paid a ton of money to do this.
Job.
You can choose not to do this. Is the argument? No, I get it.
This is now your job. You've decided to do this as a career.
I have a way that we could make Thursday night NFL games go away, and the NFL wouldn't be mad. Just brand the NCAA as the NFL Developmental League. Pay the players a stipend. There you go. NFL gets the revenue from the night games from college players who don't mind playing, and their NFL players don't have to bitch about it.
I mean, I guess you could make that argument. They're doing enough job trying to get away with it anyway. Because is it Denver against Indianapolis this Thursday? I don't want to watch that.
I don't want to watch it either.
Like they're doing a good enough job putting games on there I don't want to watch. I remember last year one of the games was Browns against Ravens.
Every game last year was terrible except for Bills Jets. Every game. Yeah. But let's move on because we got no more to say. Alvin Kamara injured. It's gonna suck.
Was it a concussion?
It's yes, I believe it was concussion, and it's a pretty serious one.
Oof, so I'd expect him to probably miss the
regular
get
season's
well
done
soon
probably.
and next week because somebody playing has
he
him.
might come back for week 16.
Fine, as long as I beat the guy I'm playing in fantasy.
So
he can come back whenever he wants.
But they'll still beat the Jets, so it's fine.
Speaking of fantasy, I have 2 quarterbacks on my fantasy football team. They are Carson Wentz and Josh McCown.
Yeah, I lost Wentz.
And they're both gone for the
league.
season.
I traded for Wentz too, right before the trade deadline to a team that was losing for draft picks. So that was fun. Just gave some draft picks away for free. Got me, my first win in the playoffs, and I am now probably screwed.
Is this in our league?
Feeling. No. Didn't make playoffs in our league because of divisions.
Yeah, I made that really tough.
We're not doing that many people next year.
The top 3 teams are all in my division. I'm in third, and then second is Josh, I think.
Christine made the playoffs.
Yeah, and then first might have been like not a clue or something. I'm not sure.
He got a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
So me and Josh are furious, I'm sure.
let's move on. Cowboys 30, Giants 10. I want to hear your argument. Go on.
My argument is the fact that your receiving was dismal. Dismal.